Okay, so if you've watched some of my other videos, you'll know that when I draw my triangles, I told you I basically just draw what's an equilateral, just like the ACT. I don't really care what the scale is. I just do them quickly, and I would do A, B, C, and I'd put my 119 here, I'd put my 125 here, and I'd put my 208 there. But in chapter, or in the 6.1 stuff, we talked about, be very careful because I have two sides and an angle. Now, if it's two sides and what we call the included angle, that's okay, but this, you have to be careful. So because your learning is just emerging, I was telling you in the lecture, when you run into this, two sides, and the angle partners with one of those sides, I want you to stop and redraw your triangle. That's a bad triangle. So the idea is I can still keep A here because that's the given angle. I can still put 125 here because that's what we call the partner side. But I'm going to switch my B and C around so that it would say that B is 208 over there, which we referred to in the lecture as the other side. So when you run into the SSA rule, angle in the lower left, partner to the right, other to the left. Now we drop an altitude down and call it the height. So if I take the sine of 119, that will be equal to h over 208. Remember, we're just looking at this right triangle right there. So my height, you just multiply both sides by 208. So I do 208 times the sine of 119. 208 times the sine of 119. And I'm getting a 181.92. So that's my height. But what would happen is you take that height and you look at 125. 181 would be like up here, and 125 would come down here, and it wouldn't touch the ground anymore. So when that height is bigger than the partner, there are 0 triangles. This can't be done. And so for this one, you'd want to, for each thing, you'd want to type in that DNE. So remember, look at the instructions, and because this doesn't work, you're entering DNE for all 3 answers.